It's mic check, 1, 2. Mic check, 1, 2. Mic check, 1, 2, 20 seconds to go. Hey guys, Chris here from the Amped Life, and we are live for the first time on the Amped Life with Chris. I'm actually feeling quite emotional because it's been quite a build-up, and I feel quite relieved to get started. This is our first live stream. I've got quite a bit to get through, so I've made a few notes to make sure I stay on track and I don't wander with my thoughts. I'm going to turn that music down a little bit, and let's hope everything goes well today, so we can do many more of these in the future, guys. Let's see your comments. I'm going to be jumping around a little bit. I've got a ton of switches here to make sure that everything goes smoothly. But so bear with me. It's the first. I've never done a live stream before. I've never done a live stream before in my life ever. I've got to remember to look into the camera. So I've made lots of videos for YouTube, but this is a whole new experience. I'm going to kind of keep my wits about me in this one. All right. This is not really about me. This is about you guys, and but it's going to be. I see some comments coming through. Thank you for you guys that have joined, and I'm not expecting a ton of people today. I did not advertise today's live stream, but I'll give some fair notice next time. I was just too nervous. I thought if I see that there are even 20 or 30 people on this live stream, I'm not going to be able to to handle this. So, all right, let's see how it goes. All right, well, for those of you that have never been on this channel, well, first of all, welcome. Thank you to all my subscribers that have stayed with me for all this time that we've done this. I'd like to tell you something about the Amped Life to start off with. Amped Life was started, this channel was started in 2018 after years of struggles with being an amputee, with my prosthetics, infections, all kinds of other things. And in 2018, finally, I found the solution, which changed everything. It really flipped everything over. And I'd learned so much over those periods, over that period, well, 14 years, from 2014 to 2018, or 2004, sorry, to 2018, 14 years, that I just wanted to start sharing it with others in the hope that, you know, we don't all have to repeat these mistakes, and hopefully you guys can figure out things a little sooner than I did. You don't have to repeat my mistakes. My screen has almost disappeared here. Okay, guys, if you see if I'm too loud, if it's too soft, if there's anything wrong, let me know in the comments. I'm trying to keep my in the comments and everything else here. All right, so I started the Amped Life in 2018. Why? The goal was to tell my story, to share tips, give feedback on questions, to talk about gear, prosthetics, to have a support community. And I see in the comments, it's wonderful. People comment and they give each other feedback. I've heard some amazing tips on here. I was looking for a component once for a prosthetic leg, and a guy in Australia reached out and told me where I could go to find that component. That was right in the beginning. So, this is the kind of thing that this channel can do. So why a live stream? Well, it's to do it real time, to see your comment, and I see person of concern, I don't know who you are, but welcome, is online with us. But that's the idea, is for people to join us real time, so you can ask your questions. I'd like to do Q&As. I'm going to answer a few questions today from the channel that was put from videos made, not live streaming videos, but videos made previously. A few questions there that I thought we could cover, which would be helpful. So to give feedback on that, it's to express my gratitude to you guys for everything you've meant to this channel and to other people that have joined. It's to build this online community. It's to have fun and talk about current topics and to have topics du jour, topics of the day. And in that regard, I'd like to say something. I think we're all very aware of the terrible tragedy in Turkey, and I would imagine that out of that awful situation, a lot of traumatic injury would have occurred, and there will be many amputees, I imagine, emerging from all of this. I just want to say Godspeed. My thoughts are with you guys. One feels so helpless. You feel like there's so little you can do. And I deem myself extremely privileged to have access to what I do have access to as an amputee. That has made my life so much easier. People, prosthetics, support, and I just think of these people, children, parents out there with very little support, almost no chances of. It's all going to be traumatic amputations. Very little chance of finding proper prosthetics for a long time, years to come, maybe not in their lifetime. That's just sad. So a prayer for them, and maybe in some way we can figure out how we can be of help to these people. I'd just like to add, with this live streaming, I am going to just want to take a sip of water here. The nerves are settling. With this live stream, the idea is that I bring in guests so we can do interviews, real time, but also to do call-ins. So at some point I'm going to show you what the studio looks like real quick. I'm just going to switch over cameras so you can see this, the studio that we're in, and I've set it up with switches and all kinds of equipment, invested quite a bit of money to make sure that we can do this proper. I'll be able to take calls live, real time from you guys, other than just answering comments. And hi to Land Rover Lady. She's a regular. Thank you for your support. Right below me 4 years ago, active and living in the USA. A lot of people, more than half of the people on Amped Life are from United States. So thank you guys out there in the States for your support. I was there in 2019, I think it was, right before COVID, for the Amputee Coalition. An amazing experience, and also had the opportunity to go out to Moab and do some hiking there. There's a video on this channel with hiking tips. You guys up there. I'm going to switch back to the other camera. Are we? Yeah, we're good again. So there are videos on here with lots of hiking tips. Guys, lots of videos with lots of different topics that I encourage you to go and look at and share your comments on. All right, I'm going to go off script here every now and then because I'm quite excited. Bear with me, please. So, why live stream? So, as I said, we want to pull in live calls. For instance, now if Land Rover Lady wanted to call in, I'd be able to put a link out there and you can come real time and we get your voice out there and chat a little bit. So I'm going to introduce myself briefly. As I said, I don't want to make this about me, but inevitably I'm going to be sharing tips from my experience. I really want to make it about the community. But yeah, brief history. Let's do that. I had an accident, a paragliding accident in 2000, and for 4 years I struggled with a bad leg, and elected to amputate eventually. I had quite a bad experience for the first few years, lost my way with painkillers, and in around 2008, 2009, decided to clean up, and everything changed. I went back to change my career, went back to study psychology, and in 2009 or 10, around about end of 2010, I opened up a practice, counseling practice. Initially, I worked with a lot of people with disabilities, with substance abuse issues, but that has largely shifted now to just people trying to find meaning in their lives, and this, anxiety, depression, the things that we all struggle with occasionally. Listen, I hope that sounds good. If there's anything wrong, please let me know. I'm keeping mine in the comments. So amputee for 19 years, disabled for 23 years, 20 years coming up next year as an amputee. And things kind of between when I lost the leg and up into 2018 were really bad. I would say on average I'd have 3 operations every 2 years with infections. I had one really bad experience with, I went into anaphylactic shock, and that was scary. That was in, I think it was it was in 2016, and I was fortunate enough in 2018 to meet some guys from Ossur, the prosthetic company, and I'll be saying something about them. We'll be talking quite a bit more about them. I use Ossur Prosthetics. More specifically, I use the Ossur Rheo XC knee and the Proprio foot. So I'll be talking a bit about them, but just in case I forget, Ossur do worldwide something called mobility clinics, and I've been involved with this for a few years now, and it's this amazing opportunity to see the lights dipping a little bit. I hope it's not too bad on my face, but it's this bunch of people get together and they teach gait, they talk about prosthetics. It's a support group. There are all kinds of topics that are talked about. And I really want to encourage you guys to go and look up these mobility clinics with Ossur. There's so much to be learned. It's such camaraderie. It's an amazing team. People there that'll teach you a bunch of stuff. Good speakers, good talks. So I want to encourage you to look up that. Just search Google Mobility Clinic and you will find out more about that. Reach out to your local Ossur people, and they will. For those of you who don't know, Ossur is an Icelandic company. They make prosthetics. I'd say there are 2 players in the premium market in prosthetics. Ossur is one of the 2, and I've been using their prosthetics now for 5 years, and it was a game changer. It was literally a game changer. So just briefly, the reason I say this is I had a lot of infections, and it was a combination of reasons. Ossur has got something called the total solution, and what that means is you want your socket, you want your knee, so the socket, the liner, the knee, and the foot to come together to give you that total solution. And once I had gotten that right, with the help of Ossur and my amazing prosthetist, Eugene, in Cape Town, everything, things just changed. I was suddenly able to hike, to cycle. I have walked in excess of 20 kilometers in one go. There was a week last year where I managed to walk in excess of 15 kilometers for 6 consecutive days when I was on holiday. And that, if you had told me that a couple of years ago, I would never have believed that. And for those of you guys that have had a struggle, I really want to tell you, hang in there and pursue the total solution. Find what it is that works for you. Because I would never have believed that it was possible to do what I'm able to do now, back in the day when I was having such a struggle with my leg, with repeated infections. And the infections were largely a cause of ill-fitting sockets, not using the right liner for years, and just generally a bad combination of socket, wrong knee, wrong foot, wrong footwear. And once I got that sorted out, and I'll give you my setup briefly. I'll just repeat that. My total solution is Ossur, my socket, which I'm going to show you in a moment. I'll switch to the other camera, but it's my Ossur, my socket, my Ossur Iceross liner, and it's a patented material. Very good on the skin, hypoallergenic, I think it's called, material, very soft on the skin, very forgiving. And then I have the Ossur Rheo XC knee, which is a microchip, hydraulics. It's got a whole bunch of wonderful technology that all comes together so that you can have, to give you the best possible gait. And I have videos called how to walk with a kick-ass gait on the channel. Go and look it up. I give a bunch of tips on there. But yep, so it's the Iceross liner, it's the Ossur Rheo XC knee, and it's the Proprio foot. And those all came together, that combination, and changed everything for me. And if you go to, there's a video online where I hike in Moab, and you can see what is possible with that combination of gear. If you had showed me that video 5-6 years ago and said, with someone else in and said, you'll do that, I would have said it's not possible. I really, really want you guys to hang in there and find your solutions. Ask the questions so I can help you to do that. Brian Boys, I think it is. Hi, Brian. Thanks for joining us. And then there's Richard Brooks, joined us, victim of DUI. Sorry to hear that, man. In 2006, above knee amputee. It's so nice to see you guys here join us. I'm very excited about what we're going to be doing on this channel. So what else do we want to do this channel? So I want to start an online support community. I'm hoping we can go online every week or every 2 weeks. I don't want to over-promise and under-deliver. So, if this takes off, it's so exciting. I think we can do this more regularly. I'm hoping we can get to once a week at some point. And I will try and do it at such a time. Maybe this time is good. Let me know in the comments. So I can come in on a Sunday or even maybe a Saturday, late afternoon, to accommodate the US. And I think it's early morning in Australia that time. Quite a few people in Australia. And so all over the world, it'll be either wherever you are, it'll be early morning, late, mid-morning, late afternoon. But that sounds like a good time. Let me know what your time zone is and see how I can best accommodate to have the biggest possible community join us. Yep, so said I was introducing myself. I am waffling a bit, but I'm super excited to be here, and I should be sure that that I get to know you guys, you get to know me. Anything, if you want to know anything, ask me in the comments. I see Brian says, I've got a random question. Can you, as an individual, purchase liners, knees, and other components directly from a supplier, such as Ossur or Otterbock, or must it be done by a prosthetist? Brian, I don't know if you can go direct to the supplier, but just a thought for me, I think we need one point of contact, your prosthetist, and I think for me, it's probably after my wife, my children, the third, well, my family of origin and my core family, the third most important person in my life. This Eugene, his name is Eugene, Rossouw. Eugene has really changed my life, together with Ossur, of course. And I need him as a point of contact. He knows everything about me. He knows everything about my gait, what I struggle with. He has my history. So when I call him, for instance, I had a bad run in December. I'll say something about that in a moment. But I had a bad run in December with infection. For the first time in 5 years, I just made a video in November about limb care, and I had a big mouth. I said that I hadn't had an infection in 5 years. And then in December, it caught up with me, and I had a really bad run with infection. It was just bad luck and overdoing things, carrying too much weight around the house over that period, doing maintenance in my workshop. So it was really more negligence than anything else that broke my 5-year no infection run. But to get back to your question, Brian, I think that you need that point of contact. Eugene knows me. If I call him, and as I did when I had that problem, he could immediately give me a few suggestions because he knows the shape of my residual limb stump. And the tips that he gave me worked. I have 1 or 2 friends that I've met through us and the mobility clinics that I reached out to as well. Other amputees that I met at the mobility clinics, 1 or 2 people I've met from Ossur. They were all amazing. They all gave me few really good, excuse me, tips to get it sorted out and get it healed. And it's all better now. For the past 2 weeks, I'm back on my prosthetic leg. So I understand. I think maybe you could save a few bucks. I'm not sure if they deal directly with the public, but certainly for me to have that point of contact is the part of my total solution, is to have a relationship with Eugene. As I said, it's just one of the most important people in my life. So yeah, I do want to give a shout out to my prosthetist and Ossur for all the support over the time, and shout out to the subscribers on this channel. So after my accident, I re-qualified in 2010, as I said, as a counsellor, and that's what I've been doing since then. So what's important for me about that is that I had to find meaning in the loss of the leg, and becoming a counsellor helped me to find value in something that is a huge loss for us, affects our identity, our mobility, and helping others, working with others, as we do, for instance, at the mobility clinics, does give a sense of value or meaning or purpose, despite that loss. That's why I encourage people to, in some small way, get involved with other amputees. It's not for everybody, and I don't for a moment want to suggest that we should or must do something like that, but I think that it's worthwhile to get involved with others. I see that we're going over the time that I thought we would go, but let me know in the comments if you're finding this enjoyable or not. So I'm going to switch over to a whiteboard that I've put up, and it's got some of the topics on there. I would please, if you guys can suggest a few topics in the comments, that'll be awesome for the future, for future discussions. Now, to do this, I'm going to have to switch cameras, and I'm going to pick up a different microphone, and I hope that sound is okay, guys. And I'm going to walk over to a whiteboard that I've got here. Here we go. Okay, I see the whiteboard is down, but all right. Listen, I'll get used to this, and we'll go better in the future. I'll streamline my process a bit. Okay, topics that I've got here. One, I've got osseointegration. For those of you that are not familiar with osseointegration, they do away with the socket. They put a pin up the leg, up the femur, and the knee attaches directly to that pin. It's something I've not considered, but maybe it's a topic worth talking about. And what would be awesome is for those that have had osseointegration is to tell us about it. Tell us what is good about it, or the struggles, or, you know, I've heard of people say that it's wonderful, but I've also seen terrible situations with infection as a result of osseointegration. So it would be awesome to hear from those of you that had it done what your experience is. I'm going to be talking about different prosthetic knees. So I'll be comparing knees from the very basic all the way through to the very best. So that for those of you that haven't had the opportunity to use more of the different kinds of knees, the mechanical, the hybrid knees, the hydraulic knees, the microchip knees, and then even Ossur's new power knee, which I've used and which is spectacular, and I will say more about and make a video about to talk about this. It's an absolute amazing knee game changer, even a step up from the Rheo. And if this, well, I can say so much about that knee, but in terms of safety, it's just bulletproof. You can't fall with that thing unless you do something really silly. You're not going to fall with that knee. Oscar, in the comments, I can see your post, unless you posted one before that hasn't come through, but I see it now. And then Zombie Punk, welcome. If you guys don't mind, if you have questions, start the question with a Q, so that I know that it's a question, I can pick it up. And, you know, it'd be nice. We have, like, mine is the Amp Life with Chris. so that people know I'm Chris, but if you can put your name there, it's nice to call people by their names. But Zombie Punk says, right above knee, amputee, lost leg, Halloween 2020, due to blood clot disorder, factor 5, Leiden, 250 pounds, trouble losing weight and keeping it off. I have a prosthetic, but frustrated using it due to balance and tiredness. Yeah, this is a sensitive topic when we start talking about weight. But I think we should be. I just think we should be honest and talk about these things. There was a time when I gained a lot of weight, and I think it was 13 or 14 kilograms. I'm not sure what that is in pounds. I know it's. I don't know if it's more or less, but let me know. But so Zombie Punk is Donna. Hi, Donna. So and when I gained weight, I had bruising. It made a difference, and the way I thought about it was, milk come in 2-liter containers here in South Africa and probably all over the world. So, and the way I thought about it was like I was lugging around 6 of those containers of milk in a backpack. And so I can understand that I got the bruising and the problems that followed, more ingrown hairs, etc. So it's so important to manage our weight. It's a risk in terms of diabetes. And I was amazed at the amount of amputees that I saw at the Amputee Coalition in the US that had amputations done from diabetes and had done many years ago and couldn't switch over to a prosthetic because they had ongoing issues with skin not healing, sugar, hampers healing, smoking too. Does hamper healing? It's not conducive because it affects the blood flow. So weight is crucial for many reasons. Also, as we grow older, I'm in my mid-50s. My wife would say I'm in my late 50s. But and I move slower. And I think it's really important for me to take care of my health, weight. I don't exercise enough. I know that. Actually, I don't exercise at all at the moment. I'm getting a message here to say that YouTube is not receiving enough video. If there's anyone in this house, please stop watching the stream because I don't want to be cut off. So if it buffers for a while, guys, please hang in there. Usually it comes back. It did when I did my test streams. But yeah, so in short, Donna, I think it's absolutely imperative that we keep an eye on our weight. It can save a lot of issues. It takes weight off the residual limb, the stump. It's less bruising, mitigates infection, and just enhances mobility, lowers the risk of diabetes. Just so many good reasons to be mindful of that. I can't give you any specific feedback on that, but I think that it's if you're struggling, find some help. Something I learned as an amputee is that I really need to find help, ask for help, not be too independent, pig-headed, I suppose, at times. That was me. I'm not referring to anyone else, please. So find some help if needed, and I really hope that you get that, you get that sorted out. I did struggle to lose some weight initially, but a bit of a diet, some exercise, and there's no getting around it. There's some discipline involved. Things got better. In fact, I had to go on a course of antibiotics, which completely took away my appetite for a while, and that was a big help. So I'm not saying take antibiotics, but yeah, that's what happened. So I'm not going to claim full credit for having lost that weight. So, yep, I was talking about future topics. To get back to that, let me just, fortunately I took a picture of the whiteboard earlier. So, as I said, we're going to do different knees. We're going to talk about the different kinds of knees. I'm really concerned that we're losing the stream, guys. I hope that you can still follow me. But so I'll do a review on the Ossur knee that I have, how to choose the right prosthetic leg. Let me know if you guys in the comments if the stream is okay. Yeah, there's nothing much I can do, but I just hope you guys are still there. So, and then I'll do another video on limb care. I did do one about 2 months ago. It's on the channel, and I'm going to definitely 100% do an Ossur power knee review because it's such an amazing knee. Then I'll talk a bit about depression. I have done a video about that, and we'll do live Q&As. So that's kind of the future topics. I have a whole bunch of comments that I thought I'd go through, questions from people. One of those questions had to do with the bathroom and fears in a bathroom. Something that I said was, thanks Richard, it says all good stream-wise, appreciate that. Let's go to David. It says, hi Chris, thank you so much for doing this. I've been sharing your videos with my son, who became a below knee amputee in June 2022 as a result of a motorcycle accident. Whoa, okay. I hope he's doing okay, man. So I still ride a motorbike. It's the one thing. I stopped paragliding, but it's the one thing I continue to do is to ride my motorcycle. It's risky. Maybe I should take more care or even consider stopping that. But and then Oscar says, Chris, I have a question. I have my prosthetic for 2 years, but I still use one crutch. I've not been able to master putting my weight on the prosthetic enough to make a normal gait, therefore still need the support. Oscar, you've had your prosthetic for 2 years. I'm not sure what the specifics are about that knee, but there's no reason after 2 years. We're all different. I want to acknowledge that, but there's no reason why you should not be okay. Guys, just hang on a sec. I think the natural light is dimmed a lot, so I'm just going to turn up my LED lighting. Just hang on for a moment, please. Don't go away. There, I hope that's better. So, yeah. So, Oscar, have a look at that video that I made about a gait. But I as I said, I don't know exactly what the issue is with your leg, but you should not be having to use a crutch after 2 years. I'm not sure if it's a combination of gait. I would think that there's, with your socket, certainly has to be good. For me, that's the most important part. A bad socket can really screw with a good knee, best possible knee, and a bad socket will completely negate all that. So check in with your prosthetist, build a good relationship. If things aren't changing for you, maybe get another opinion. I wish you all the best with that. I'll think about that a bit more, and maybe if you want to send us more information or post more information on the channel, I can help you with a bit of looking into that. And then David B says, question. Do you have any advice on where to look for prosthetics for surfing? My son is based in Canada and I am in RSA, South Africa. He will be visiting me here later this year. Awesome. Okay. Yes, there are. If he's a below knee amputee, it's a lot easier to surf as a below knee amputee. In fact, there's a South African who, and I can't remember his name right now offhand, but he is he's one of the, I think, top 3 best, and he's won 1 or 2 world champs surfers. So yeah, it is possible. I can find out for you. I'll make a note of that, surf knee, and see what I can find out for you, if I can find out more about that. But yes, it is possible. I met him through Ossur, so this is how I know about this guy. He does have a Instagram account, which I can post afterwards when I put this video back. When I leave a copy of this video when I put it back on. So I'll find out a bit more for you. I must tell you that I do still surf. I haven't done it for a while. There's a video where I kneeboard. I can't stand. I've given up. Well, that's not going to work. It's probably a combination of age and prosthetics and determination or lack of it. But I kneeboard. So I had a kneeboard made to spec, and I've had a lot of fun doing that. So not necessarily stand-up surfing, but if he wants to kneeboard, that's very possible. I'm not sure where in SA you live, but hit me up and maybe him and I can hook up in Muizenberg. It's an easy wave, good place to surf on a northwest. So good place to learn. I'm not sure if you used to surf, but yeah, absolutely, it's possible. Let me know if it's a below or above knee, through knee amputee. Okay, David says below the knee amputee. Yes, 100%. 100% should be able to surf, stand up surf. Surfing, as difficult as it is, so if he's an ex-surfer, he should find it a lot easier, but it's probably going to be hard, and I'd suggest use a longboard, a big board for stability, certainly initially. And I just cannot remember that guy's name, that surfer, but I'm so pissed at myself now. But I'll look it up and I'll post it. Amazing surfer, amputee surfer. Okay, guys, I think we're kind of coming to the end of this live stream. I'm really enjoying myself. I hope that you guys enjoyed this, found some value in it. Super excited about the future and doing this more often. I would love to get ideas for topics from you all. I'll tell you, I was super nervous to start this. I've been postponing starting this for a long time. So I feel relieved that we're on the go, and very excited about doing it in the future with you guys. Tell your mates. It'll be nice to grow the community. And look, if I've missed your question today, I'm really sorry. I try to keep my eye on the camera, on the stream quality, on the sound, on the switcher. It's a handful. So let me just switch over to my GoPro so you guys can see. There's a lot going on here. You can't even see all of it. I've got an iPad, laptop, program to see exactly what you guys are seeing, watching the stream quality. I've got I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, I've got a screen here with all the different camera angles, 4 camera angles, sound, switcher, overlays. So there's a lot going on here. Just maybe quick show you guys what my prosthetic setup is. I'm going to do it with the with the GoPro on. So I'm just going to pop my knee up. I'm not sure if you guys are going to pull the boom here. You're going to be able to see this, but yeah, you can. So this is my setup. This is my socket, carbon fiber. It's a fantastic fit. When Eugene made my socket, he got it right the first time, and it's absolutely incredible. I remember previous sockets, and it felt hard and clunky. And when I put my leg in here, it just sat so, and that's how it should feel for you all. It just sat so well and so comfortably. And then the knee is the Ossur Rheo XC knee. You guys have probably seen me on my videos walking with this knee. This is an incredible knee. It's super safe. It's just made me super mobile. The last 4 or 5 years, as I said, changed my life. When I managed to go to the Rheo, if you can, absolutely worth the investment. Consider it. And then I've got the Ossur Proprio foot. You can't see it. I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll get a camera on a big table, and I'll get some equipment on there. Let me know in the comments what you think about that, and then I'll talk more about all the different prosthetics, and I'll explain how they all work. I said something about that earlier, but let's make it visual. Let's get all those, see if I can get as many as knees as possible in here and feet. Anyway, this is the Proprio, and what's great about the Proprio is it auto-adjusts the angle. So if you go uphill or downhill, you don't get a toe strike. And downhill, you have better grip, so it's super safe. And there we go, it just auto-adjusted by itself. I'm going to rewind afterwards and see, but yep. Also, if you have different heel heights on your shoes, it makes space for that. Just want to say something about the shoe wear. I use, I'm not sponsored by Salomon at all, but I find these Speedcross Salomon, I think it's a Salomon 4 Speedcross, switch back, are fantastic. Are we back? Yes, are fantastic for grip. So, and that's my total solution. Salomon shoes, Proprio foot, Ossur Rheo knee, socket, and Iceross liner. 1 or 2 more comments, maybe. Helena O, who I know extremely well, very well for many years. It's like this amazing person This is great to see you live, Chris. Thank you. It's awesome to be here, and super motivated to continue it. And I'm going to count on you to motivate me to do this more often. Then Richard Thompson, cheers, Richard. Oh, Caleb Swanepoel, says Brian. Yes, but there's another guy. I know about Caleb, but there's another guy who's, and I'm so pissed now that I can't remember his name. Yeah, I'll, and I don't want to search it now because I don't want to lose, I don't want to get lost, distracted, but I'll go and look it up. Then Richard Thompson says, office clothing recommendations would be great. Richard, I'm not sure exactly what you mean. If you can give me a bit more about that, a bit more information. Yeah, tell me a bit more. I'm not sure what you mean. I still do office work. So I'm hoping I could help you with suggestions. Office clothing recommendations would be great. Brian says, Chris, do you have any contacts for prosthetics in the Netherlands? I do actually, and offhand again, I can't remember all the details, but Brian, I can let you know if you can go to my website. Let me take you guys there quickly. So there we go. This is my website. You should be able to see it there. All my contact details on here, if you guys want to reach out. This is my practice website. And there's a short introductory video that I'm not going to play on there now. But it says a bit more about my practice and what I do. But my contact details on here, there's a lot about the work that I do that you can see on there. I'll just go to that page quick. I don't want to take data off the stream that we have because it's a good connection. But yeah, there's some of my counseling philosophy, some information on there that you guys can go look up. And then I've got Connect, and on the Connect button, you will find, there we go, my email address, etc., etc. A lot of information there. But that's me in a kayak. So there's a video where I kayak. You guys should go and check it out. I think it's an amazing, sorry if it was too loud, an amazing sport to do. But because, being in water as an amputee is awesome because on land, we have this, let me just switch back to looking at you guys. Because when we're in land, we're at this disadvantage. But the moment we're in water, whether it's surfing or, well, that's still quite difficult. But whether it's surfing, swimming, or kayaking, we are as able as anyone else. So I always strongly recommend. It's also therapeutic. Being in a pool is very therapeutic. So, yep. So hit me up. That's my website. My email address is on there. I can send you some more information. Also, I am a therapist. I do a lot of Zoom work all over the world, in the States, all over Europe, Australia, New Zealand, the Emirates. And I'm amazed at the kind of intimacy you can achieve on, this is one of the positive spin-offs of COVID, that you can achieve on Zoom with therapy. So I didn't want to talk about this, to be honest, because I don't want to make it sound like an advertising spiel. This is not what this is about. But just want to tell you guys that, if any one of you have any struggles that you need, have a look at my website. If there's something on there you like and you need some help, that's what I do. Guys, I think that's it. I think that's our live stream for today. There's still some comments coming through. So Brian, get back to me or drop me your email address. I'll send you some information about that. A link to websites, yes, that'll be helpful, right? So if you go to ilive.today or integratedlife.co.za, all one word, integrated life, but easily ilive.today, TODAY. That'll take you to the website. All right, Kevin says, great to see you, Chris. Thanks, Kevin. So, okay, guys, I'm going to have to say goodbye. And I look forward to see you on the next one. Let me know how this went for you. Really, I said this 5 times now, but I've enjoyed this. It's been an amazing experience to chat to you all and to see the comments come through. I will give advance notice next time, but it'll be on a Sunday afternoon, and I'll do it when there's more light. Unfortunately, the light has faded, and I don't think you're getting the image that I wanted you to get on the other side. But yeah, thanks so much for joining. Thanks to my subscribers. If you're not subscribed yet, please do so. I'm trying to build this community. It's not a monetized channel. Maybe it's something that might happen at some point, because if it does enable me to invest more in this, I can do more of this, which is very enjoyable and hopefully helpful. But yeah, guys, it's been great. Truly appreciate you joining me today, and I will catch you all pretty soon in the next one. Ciao.